We're going to introduce you to the PowerPoint presentation scheduler and repeat signage. So what I want to do for a start is click on Insert and Insert PowerPoint presentation scheduler. And I'm just going to browse and select a single PowerPoint file. I've got this sample that's installed with repeat signage, so I'm going to click on Open. OK again. And what happens is onto the screen sort of drops a little icon which represents the scheduler. Now, when a repeat signage presentation is playing, you don't actually see this. It's just a sort of design time so you can interact with it. Now, before I give you a demonstration of how that works on a single file, I'm just going to drop a logo onto the screen. So insert picture, browse, repeat signage 2014. OK again. So that's in the middle. I'll shrink my menu. Now, I'm just going to do a preview so you can actually see why it works. So, view and preview. Now what's happened is repeat signage has automatically launched PowerPoint Viewer and displayed that file for you automatically. And the PowerPoint view is actually full screen, so you can't actually see the repeat signage presentation running. In order to close down the viewer, I need to right mouse click, and this is still in the PowerPoint viewer, and then show. And my repeat signage presentation is still running in the background, and I need to press the escape key to get back to the designer. So the PowerPoint view actually runs completely over the top of repeat signage. Now, you still have to design a repeat signage presentation to actually use this, and it's always a good idea to do something like add your logo or add something you want to appear, just in case when you first set this playing, you're actually going to see this screen for a few seconds before the PowerPoint view is launched. So it's a good idea to actually put something rather than a blank screen. So that's okay in this particular case. Right, now if I want to configure my scheduler, all I do is double click on it to open it up. And at the moment it's just displaying this single PowerPoint file. Now you do have some options here. Now at the moment we're displaying it from a local or network file. We have a free service called repeatserver.com, and I'll just click on there. Now I've actually got a PowerPoint file centrally hosted on the internet in my repeatserver.com account, and what this means is that I can actually play that PowerPoint file directly from Repeat Server, and every time I start up this machine, if I actually had this presentation set to play, it would automatically launch that file for us. And it also means that if I upload a new version of that file, then machines that are playing this file remotely will automatically download and play the latest version. So this is quite a good way of actually doing remote updating with repeat signage and PowerPoint. So I'll just showed you that very quickly. What I can do, that's a single file we're playing at the moment, but I can actually use a playlist. So if I click on this option here, use playlist instead, I can browse for more files. So this is my first entry. I'm going to click on add from this computer, and I'm just going to select the rest of these files. Now these are all, and click on OK. These are all just some samples, and they're all labelled like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. But at the moment, by default, it's just going to play each one of these files every minute. So if I click on OK now, nothing appears to happen until I do my preview. But what will happen when I do my preview is it will play the first PowerPoint file as you saw before. But after a minute, what repeat signage then does is to kill off PowerPoint player and launch the next one for you automatically. Now sometimes there's a very slight delay between the slides depending on the speed of the machine, and that's why you always want to have something in the background to be displayed just in case that happens. My advice to you though is to, if you're doing multiple PowerPoint files, is don't change more frequently than say like a minute each, just because you get this very slight gap between them. Now that's one type of playlist. If I double click this again, there are several different types. Now when it says schedule type and it says playlist, we can actually change that to hourly, daily or weekly. Now the idea is you could actually create a playlist that spans either a single hour and then it repeats at the beginning of the hour, or a day or a week. So let's just look at the weekly one. And I'm going to click on add from this computer, and by default when I add items it's doing each one for a day. So I'll click on add from this computer, and I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and OK. And then I'm just going to add a couple more. I'm going to have say the Friday one playing all weekend as well. Add it again. Okay, so I've actually got all 7 days covered. Description. Okay, so they're a little bit out of order. I can actually move these about as well if I wanted to by double clicking them. But essentially what's happening is from Monday at midnight to the end of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I've got a different file scheduled for each of those times. And when I click on OK, then when I do a preview where I actually play the presentation, then it's going to display a different file for each day. And as soon as you get to midnight, Repeat Signage will automatically kill off the old file and play the new one automatically.